This week in Tower of God, Khun has an interesting bag, woman in the skin-tight outfit, give it up for her, and conspiracies within the tower. Let's talk about this.
塔を登れば全てが手に入る。
ようこそ神の塔へ。
What is going on, guys? My name is DJ Milez, and I'm here to review another episode of Tower of God. This is episode 5, titled The Crown's Fate. And before we begin with this episode review, if you can go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel for more anime content down the road. Guys, I do have a confession to make. We are living in crazy times right now, and with all the extra time I have in my hands, I've been catching up on some anime I have never seen before. And one of those, please don't kill me in the comments, was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But I am happy to report that I have seen all of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and it is absolutely one of the most amazing animes out there. So why am I bringing it up in this Tower of God review? Because there was something I can't believe I've just seemed to gloss over with Tower of God, where they show the chibi moments, where I see Ed throughout Full Metal Alchemist whenever they make a pipsqueak joke and they show the giant chibi like, oh my god, I'm gonna attack you, I'm so angry. They always do such a good job of how it complements that little feature in this show. I feel like Tower of God, when they decide, hey, this is the moment where we need to be serious, they do a good job of doing that. And then when they want to show a moment of being playful and jovial, where you see Rack eating a candy bar, they also do a good job doing that and highlighting those chibi moments. So I definitely just wanted to highlight that. And now let's actually talk about this episode. We see Khun's bag explored, and wow, that is an endless bag, where they answered one of the questions where I thought it wasn't going to be answered of, Khun, is your bag just limitless with candy bars? Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Khun's bag basically has the ability to make a duplicate or a copy of anything, as we see in this episode shown off, where he throws multiple crowns, because it was a bit of a head scratcher last week's episode, where you were thinking, how the hell is this man doing that? Or maybe that's his Shinso. Further explained, that's just his specific ability. Kind of like how Hunter x Hunter has each person with their own unique Nen ability. It falls along the lines of something like that. But yeah, it just seems like Khun has a special bag here. This bag is also further explored. We see in the Hunger Games Test 2, Khun walks up to people and say, hey, you want to survive this test? Then you're gonna have to lend me your strength onto future tests further down the line. Are you in? Sure, I'll shake your hand. I'm gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna kiss this baby over here. And now all of you can be retracted onto my bag. But how endless is that bag? If we get the answers, great. But if not, I feel like that's enough exposition to be like, I'm okay with this. But I don't know how some people might feel about that. So let me know in the comments down below how you feel about Khun's bag. But anyway, Khun takes out 3 people out of his bag, right? While he ties his hair in a knot. And he's like, okay, now here's my attack mode. I need my servants to do my bidding. And of course, they come through. You think, listen, sooner or later, someone is going to betray and backstab someone for the sake of climbing one step closer to attaining whatever power they desire. But for now, hey, it looked like Khun recruited some fellow allies, some powerful allies, or at least some trustful ones anyway, because they do his work. Bam's team ends up winning round 3. They end up winning round 4. But now round 5 is going to be the most interesting aspect of this episode, because now we see the big guns are out, and now only the powerful players are here to play. And we see Rachel's team finally step out, where we thought this girl who wasn't Rachel was eager enough to face off against Bam's team. Okay, let's see this clash, and how does Rachel and Bam interact with one another. They do it in ways that I didn't expect anyway. They ended up protecting Bam's team. What the fuck? But listen, if there's one team that wasn't taking any of that shit, it was Baby Girl in the black tight getup. She was pulling some moves left and right, and I'm like, okay, she acquired some powerful magic from Majora's Mask, because she was kicking ass, and she went head to head with that one girl in Rachel's team. They looked like they were split even, right? In terms of strength, they were going toe to toe for quite a bit of time. When Khun is like, we got 30 seconds left before we win this crown game, that doesn't happen, because what happens to Bam? Of course, Bam, you are definitely reinforcing that simp factor that you just can't get out of your body, man. You see Rachel, her little hood comes off, and he's like, oh my god, Rachel is in danger, because the moment the girl in the skin tight outfit knocks out Rachel for just a second, Bam is like, you know what, we can win this crown game, but fuck it, I'm just gonna dive head first. saves Rachel, which, okay, that's great. But the girl in the skin tight outfit is like, okay, thanks for making things easier. And then you hear a good clank, and wow, the things with Tower of God I love so much is the music. The score has to be complimented on in every episode because it really sets the tone for what we're gonna watch. So I think the score is amazing. The sound effects is amazing. That being said, we hear the clank, Bam passes out, and then of course we get a special Dragon Ball Z moment where Android 16 tells Bam,
just let it go.
and then what happens? That motherfucker unleashes amazing, incredible Shinsu abilities where it just unleashed. We see the woman out of Black March who has a thing for Bam because of course, you know, Bam has a cute face. It's like, hey, thanks for unleashing my powers, and you know, before you do any more crazy shit, I'm gonna kiss you on the cheek and then you are going to go to sleep. Yeah, that's all the explanation we get, and I'm here thinking like, oh shit. Because when Bam got knocked out with that clank, and wow, did that look like it hurt. I mean, you saw the blood coming out of the back of his head, right? He unleashed special powers, and I'm like, is this some Gohan dormant powers, or is this the Black March just continually protecting and saving Bam? Because, you know, some people might not like to admit it, so I want to hear what you have to say in the comments down below. Luck plays a huge factor in this show, and I feel like Bam, okay, he got the Black March on his side, but it looked like some luck definitely protected him too. Now let's go ahead and jump into the second half of this episode where we see Princess Yuri again and her navigational guide partner, right? Trying to look for Bam. That's all we know. We see the introduction of one big dude and we don't really know what's going on, but Princess Yuri assures that dude that, hey, hunting down Bam is for good merit. You'll find out soon enough, probably because obviously he has the Black March. The one final moment within this episode where we get some conspiracies within the tower was when Test Administrator Overhaul was talking with the other Test Administrator, and he asked him the simple question of, could you tell me the real reason why you asked me to run the crown game? And then he also added one more question: have you ever seen someone who hasn't formed a contract with an administrator use Shinso without any constraints before? And to that other administrator answered, yeah, remember this irregular called Yurik Mazino? He violated the tower's law, but we can't really do anything about it because he's an irregular, and we know so far in the show that irregulars have very incredible powers. They just abolish whatever rules is thrown in terms of the tower giving their way because they're just that OP. But of course, while Test Administrator Overhaul is talking with this other guy, yeah, why am I doing this crown game? Well, because, you know, we got to weed out the competition, of course, and we got to see, according to Hidon's rule, anyone who goes against the tower's rules, they must be vanquished. And, you know, Test Administrator Overhaul, you haven't seen anything like that, right? Of course, he thinks about the Bam Shinso moment, which led up to that follow-up question that I just mentioned here. And he's a little perplexed. He's like, okay, but why? Okay, yeah, it seemed like you answered my question, but you were dodging something else that I wanted to know. And of course, this other test administrator is like, ooh, I gotta be careful about Overhaul here because I definitely dodged his questions, but he's asking things that he should not ask. So look at this. I really like that test administrator Overhaul for now. It seems like he's a good guy, or he's at least someone who wants to follow the rules of the tower legitimately, where it looks like this guy drinking his instant coffee, he looks like there's something in it for him, some conspiracies. And I know a lot of people may or may not like the comparisons with One Piece, but I love this world building that we're getting because it was bound to happen that sooner or later someone within the world government is doing some shady shit, or in this instance one of the test administrators is doing some shady shit for their own personal ulterior motives. Where do we go from here? And before the episode ends, we of course see Rachel confront Khun saying, hey, I need to go see Bam because the Rachel he was looking for, or he's so adamant about, that is me. Khun is like, Nani? And that's where the episode ends. So what did you guys think about episode 5 of the Crown Game? Did you like it? Did you hate it? I am definitely loving what we're getting with Tower of God. This has been a fantastic episode, but I'm curious to know what you all have to say. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more anime content. My name is DJ Milez, and as I always say, to be continued, take care.